morning everyone, welcome to day 11 of the Friendly Junk Journal People's Facebook group, 12 days of junk journal gift ideas. 11, we've only got one more to go. Oh my goodness, this has just been incredible. I've absolutely loved doing this. Today it was to make a card holder, a gift card holder. So I've made a couple of templates and then I'm going to actually make a proper one. Now these are my two little templates. Oops, card's coming out the bottom. That's no good, is it? So this is the idea is to make a pop-up one. So it pops up like that. So you've got a pop-up gift card holder. Now this one has got this shape on it because that's from a tag punch that I have. I know quite a few people have got this particular one. And then the other one is just using a normal hole punch. That one is a 2-inch and this one's about 2.5 inches across. It doesn't really matter as long as you've got something there. It just makes a difference to how you put your card in. Okay, so for these you need a piece of card or any card. I've used Amazon packaging again, the envelope stuff, because that's what I had and I thought, right, I'm going to use that. As long as it's a reasonable weight, this will work really well. The 120 GSM, that is like the cardstock you use for printing and for kids, and that it might not be quite heavy enough, but that is for you to decide on what you want to use. So what you need is a piece of card, and it is 8 inches long and 4 inches in depth. So 8 by 4 inches. Okay. Now for this one, I'm going to use this paper. This is from Norella's Candy Christmas. Okay. So I'm just going to cover this first, and mine amazingly fits exactly in there because with the little bits of white that I've trimmed off around the outside, it just fits absolutely perfectly. So I'm really tickled pink about that. No waste today. So I'm just going to cover this first. And marry that up. Sides. Cut that one off. And then we'll cover the other bit. I hope you've enjoyed this series because I've absolutely loved getting up in the morning and watching the videos for the day. It's been great. It really has. I've really loved watching them. Put that on there. And the different ways that different people interpret something and how they do different things is just fascinating. It really is. We've had some amazing videos. That's that piece. Okay. Now it's covered, you need to do your scoring. So, first thing you do, score down the middle, which of course is 4 inches, and then 1 inch either side. So you're literally scoring at 3. That looks, it's gone squint. I wonder why that's gone wonky. Seems to have got a wonky bit here. That's better. Seems to have gone wonky slightly. Sorry, 3, 4, 5. That's the inches how you score. And then you're going to bend on your bits. And this is where you're going to be doing your mountain and valley folds. So you get this shape like this. Now this is quite thick because I've used the thick card on this. I'm just going to marry it up properly. And then get this and you give it a good score down. And then turn it over and get this bit scored down as well. Right. Now, the next thing you need to do is to mark the centre, which of course is 2 inches. So mark the centre on both sides. And then you cut it in half. Okay, straight down your line. Like this. Now you can do it with a die. You could cut this out with a die, but depending on how thick the card is would depend whether the die will go through or not. I find this method a lot easier to do. Then you're going to get your punch, whichever punch you've decided you're going to use, and that will help you get the punch mark right in the right place. Now, if you look, you see I've got that right there. So I now know that that is where I need to punch. Just get it straight first. Like that. Now, for me, it'd be easier if I turn it over and punch it this way. That's what happens when you've got arthritis, isn't it? Sometimes it's easier to do the cheats version. And then you need to punch the other one. Let's get that in. Find the middle. That's it. Wait the neighbours up. And then you are going to glue these 2 bits together, and that's what's going to hold your card. And the only bit of gluing you're going to do is you're going to glue here, across the bottom and up the top. Okay, that is the glue mark. Now, let's see if Mr. Lava Glue is going to work this morning. I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac because this is quite thick, everything that's going on here, and I'd like it to stay shut permanently, not to go pinging open at some stage. And then I'm just going to marry them up. And this is your card. So let's squidge them together. And that's the basis for your card. Quite simple. Now, I thought I would decorate these. First of all, I'm going to just put some distress ink around the outside, I think. Just It's a very, very long time ago since I saw one of these type made, and for the life of me I wouldn't even remember where I saw it. But I am sure many people have made them over the years at this time of year. I think you would probably find them under pop-up gift card holder or something like that. See, because that will go in the middle of here. If I can just find the middle bit. This is just an Argos gift card that I'm using, but you can see it will fit in really easily when it goes in there. Now I've got some different little cards here. These are from Norella. I'll show you the sheet. There are about 3 sheets that she has at Calico Collage, and these are lovely. They are really lovely, especially for Christmas, and I love these images, and I thought they would go really well with the paper that we've got on here. So I'm going to turn that over I hope the glue's sticking. That was going to be the front, isn't it? Oh no, yeah, that's the front. Terrible, isn't it? Make sure you get it the right way round. Conscious of doing our, you know, the wrong type of card. Going on to the Australian cards again. I quite like that one against it. What will this one look like? Because there's the purple on both there, isn't there? Yeah, I like that one. And I think the Santa would look quite good too. Actually, I think the Santa, we'll go with the Santa today because it'll be quite nice. These would be lovely for all sorts of different cards, wouldn't they? I know it's quite popular in America to give away coffee cards. For people to have a coffee. I mean, obviously at this time of year, you know, and with COVID, we're kind of like stuck for going out to have a coffee or a lunch or what have you. But they'd be lovely for those like Costa coffee cards and things like that. Yeah, he looks cute, doesn't he? And that's your card. So that's the basic one, okay? And again, you can obviously, if you wanted to, you could decorate the inside as well. It's up to you. I don't think it's actually necessary to decorate much on the inside, because when somebody opens one of these and they see they've got a gift card, they're more interested in the gift card, aren't they? Oh dear. Go in. Trying to see round this leg, the leg of the tripod. So I say that's your basic card. Now to do these up, there are different ways of doing this. Now I personally like these things, my sticky dots. I think these, the Velcro dots, are absolutely brilliant, and they are just great for things like this. So let me just take a sticky dot off of the top of there and pop one in there like that, and then a fluffy bit on the other side. My dad many years ago worked for a company called Aircraft Furnishings, and they did all the things from inside the aircraft that was being made. And when Velcro very first came out, that's where it was used. And I remember him bringing this tiny little bit home for us to see, and it was amazing. Because now everybody can get Velcro everywhere now, but at the time it was specifically for the aircraft industry. There. So then that would hold it really nicely closed. Another thing is you can do a belly band. Now on this sheet of Norella's, from the same kit as the papers come from, the Candy Christmas, there's this lovely strip on it. And I thought that strip would be so pretty made into a little band around your gift card. I thought that would look absolutely lovely. It's not holding quite right, there we are. So if I pop that there and that there, first thing I'm going to do is cut these the end bits off. And chop the another end bit off there. And then let's stick it back round there again. So let's go around there like that. And then you just glue that little bit there. Some glue. And this obviously will just then slip on and off. I think that's really lovely. You could embellish this as well if you'd really like to. It depends on where it's going. If it's kids, for goodness sake, don't go putting anything on the front. You're better off keeping it as simple as possible. That's why I'm suggesting the Velcro dots. The last thing you need is for the kids to, you know, be getting hold of things, particularly if they've got younger siblings. So I would really think about who you're giving this to first. But that's the basic one. So then I thought I would do a longer one. So this one, I've added another 2 inches on the top. So this is 10 inches long and 4 inches across. Let's just make a bit of room with everything that's here. And this time I'm going to use this paper. Now this paper is from Linda Israel's Christmas Peacock Kit, but it's the add-on. It's the add-on pages. There are 4 add-on pages, and they are absolutely beautiful. And I thought I would use them on another one. But this one I'm going to do, you know, like the folio that I did the other day. That sort of wrap round, so you've got the little bit at the front. Looks more like a little purse thing. I've actually got my folio sat just here. Yeah, there it is. This sort of idea. So you've got a front on it. You know, obviously this one's going to be a lot shorter. But that idea where it wraps round, I thought this would be quite a nice idea. And I've not made one of these yet, so if it all fails, you can have a good old giggle later. So how is everybody getting on with the preps for Christmas? There seems to be some amazing ideas out there on the videos. And the journals, oh my goodness, the journals I've seen coming through, absolutely beautiful. Really, I'm so impressed with the Christmas journals that are coming out, the December dailies. Everybody's just working so hard at the moment. Will that fit on there? Yeah, I only need one piece of paper. That's really good. I like that when a plan comes together. Oh, come on. Don't be daft. Thank you. It's starting to give up the ghost, I think. Okay, how many of you have got kittens, cats, or whatever? My cat that I've got at the moment, he's 19. He was dumped as a baby, landed up in next door shed, and then my cat, who unfortunately is not with us anymore, rescued him and brought him home. And he was very, very feral. You couldn't even go near him, he'd have your hand off. But now he's, you know, right, typical softie. You know, and if one of my boys come to visit and they don't pay attention to him and love his head and everything else, he gets very, very upset. You know, he's a very... And when little Niall comes, Niall's like 16 months now, he virtually sits on him. You know, they're absolutely so close, it's unbelievable. But he's very, very jealous. If I give Niall a biscuit or something, he has to have something as well, you know. It's just like having a baby, really. But he started probably the last 6 months to act like a dog would act. If you've got something that you're eating, say you've got something with a bit of chicken or something on it, he sits there begging. He literally begs for this stuff. And I'm wondering how many have got cats that actually do that. I never thought cats actually begged off your plate. It was like, I mean, I know dogs do it, but oh my goodness. I don't know whether it's that or whether it's old age. Now, I'm scoring at the 2-inch mark. That is going to be my flap. And then I'm going back to the original 4, 3 and 5. Good score. Okay, so we're going to do all the bends first. Let's do all this bending. Get a good there. That's that one. Then we're going to bend this one. I love this paper. It's really, really lovely. Got a bone folder. I'm just using this because it's attached to my board. I attached it to my board when I very, very first got it. My mum actually brought me this one. And it's really lovely, this hoggy board. And by having the bone folder attached to it, you don't lose it. At least I try not to lose it. So let's have a go now and get all these folds in. I'm just going to make sure they're all in the right way. So that's that bit. That's going to be the inside. So then this one needs to bend this way. So this is your basis again. This is going to be my flap that's going to go round, and this is the middle bit. So I'm just going to do that again. Get my middle mark. Get the middle marked up. Cutting down the middle. And then punch it again. Just make sure it's definitely in the middle. And it doesn't want to punch today. I do apologise, that's not punching at all. It's given up the ghost, that one. Let's try my round one. I think it's saying no, I'm not doing it now. I don't want to be played with. And this is exactly the same that I've already been using today. There. The problem with this one, when you do it, it just flings in there. How strange, neither of them are going through this piece of card, and it's exactly the same thickness as the other one. Right, well, I'm not going to force the issue on this. I'm just going to do, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a little, just a little bit where you can see the card. Make sure that's about the same there, because I'm just eyeballing that now. It's called winging it. You just get out there and you say, right, well, if that's not working, I'll do it this way. Crafters are good at doing that, finding a way around a situation that's not working. That's just... But this shows you if you haven't got a punch and you haven't got a die that's working, or something that's not going to fit, just cut a little notch out. See? Make it work. And then I'm going to stick them together again. I saw somebody, I think it was yesterday, actually using one of the Fabri-Tac glues, and somehow they'd managed to get that tiny little lid off. You know, the tiny little red lid that you tend to cut off because it just won't come off for love nor money. And she'd somehow worked out how to get the little lid off. So I think I'm going to have to try that. Here it comes. There, because this is just being very difficult, Mr. Lava Glue. Now this probably won't be exactly even because I've just winged it on here, and I'll have to trim it up again properly later to get the correct entrance size. Yeah, one of it's a bit shorter than the other, but I'll get in there with my scissors in a bit and I'll trim it up so it's even, as we do. So let's see if I can get in there. I might need to get my knife in here actually. That's that side. Make sure that's on there. Yeah, that fits better. There we go. Now all the glue squidging everywhere. Okay, so we've got our front. It's Still slightly not quite right on that side, but I'll cut that off because I want the glue to set before I go messing around with it too much. Now, when you close this, you are going to have your little flap. Now, you can do it the same as this one by putting a belly band round. You can use the Velcro dots, or you can just get a piece of ribbon and do the same as this, where you put a little grommet in here and then tie your ribbon round. There are so many different ways of doing this. It's really up to you, whatever feels better for you to do. So I'm just going to pop my little dots back on again, like that, and that will be my card. Right, it's pinging at me. There. And that makes a nice little shape, doesn't it? You can trim these if you wanted to, or you could get a corner punch and make these rounded, and that would look really pretty if they were rounded, wouldn't it? And I'm just going to put a little decoration on. Let's have a see what I've got here. Oh yeah, now these are novellas. I actually printed these out last night, and I think these are really, really lovely. It's just a sheet, and it's got different sayings on it and different pictures. And I think I'm going to actually use these. Let's have a look. Let's cut in here and see what we can find. I'll just cut out a page and then see what we could do. Because we only want something little on the front there, wouldn't we? What about this Arctic fox? I think that's rather beautiful. Let's just cut the Arctic fox out. I would really love to know if you've made any of the makes from the 12 days, or if you're planning on doing them another time. I would love to see them, I really would. What do you think about that Arctic fox? I think that is lovely. And if I use the speckled egg on that, I think that would actually go really well with the outside. I think that would look really beautiful on there. Yeah. Glue. Stick him on the front. If you're using thinner card, I mean obviously I've used scraps today, but if you're just using normal card that's say 200 GSM, these will look lovely, and you won't have the same problems as me trying to get a punch through. I'm trying to save the planet. There we are. I think that is really, really lovely. I really do, and I love the idea of this bit, you know, of actually doing that on it. I think that is so pretty, and I'm going to put one on the back. I think, what can we put on the back? There's a nice snowflake there, and another one up there, and we could put one of these on. I think I'm going to put one of that snowflake on. I think that would be really pretty. What I love about these is we're going into February with these. You know, but if you think about it, winter lasts longer than you think it does, you know. There we are. What do you think about that? I think that'd look lovely on the back. Never actually made one of these before, you know. I don't tend to give gift cards, you know, the kids and grandkids and that, if they want money, they get cash. You know, I've not gone out and actually brought gift cards. The kids have received gift cards, but this would be lovely. I mean, you could even put money in this. You know, if you actually are a family that likes to actually give physical money, that middle bit in the middle, if you made a tiny little envelope, you could put the money in the envelope and pop that in the middle, couldn't you? So I just need to distress ink all this, and I think this would be really nice to get something like this. And it would be lovely for a junk journal, a friend, you know, if you've got somebody who makes the journals, if you got them a card like, or even if you got a voucher from Amazon, you know, if you've got a voucher from somewhere like that, from their favourite store that they like to buy their craft supplies from, you don't necessarily have to have a card. You know, you could sort of put the oh, that's coming up. Must have accidentally cut that bit there. Let's glue you down. Yeah, if you bought like a gift for somebody online, you know, a financial gift, you know, at their favourite store, you could actually put the receipt in one of these, couldn't you? Yeah, I do like these. So I will, when I come off here, tidy this up a bit because it's a little bit tatty, isn't it? But I will tidy that up. But I think these are really lovely. So that one, this one is the 8-inch one, and this one is 10-inch. You then score at 3, 4 and 5 inches, make your mountain and valley, and there are your gift card holders. And here's my little prototypes that I was messing about with in the first place. And I'll pop a little card in the top of there so you can see that he slips in there. And then here's the round one. And we can pop a little card in there too. We'll pop it that way. These are so versatile, they really are. And they're really quick and easy to make. Oh, where are you going to come open? Okay. Why are you not coming home? Don't be difficult. You're on camera. You need to go. I'm going to give it. Come here. Isn't it funny when you want to do something on camera, nothing ever opens and works? And I so know I didn't glue this closed. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a pair of scissors in here to open that up a bit so I can then slide the card in. Yes, because you will go in there. Oh dear. How funny. It's because this is thinner card, isn't it? Trying to get a very thin card into here, into that slot. Come on, don't be a dafty. Open up. And you will go in, promise me. See, it will go in. Perseverance and patience, that's what us crafters have, isn't it? So thank you so much for doing that bit of a craft along with me today. I thought it would be nicer to do it on camera than to sit here and do them all and then just explain how they're done. Tomorrow is the last day. How incredible is that? We'll have done a whole 12 days of these. Do go and see the other girls who are making all this because they have put so much effort into it. Gigi, she's done all of them, and Karen Burr, she's done all of them, and of course Linda Israel. So 4 of us have done all of them, and then there's a couple of other lasses who have just done a couple here and there. There's Julie and Rachel Reed have done a couple here and there, and I will link them. Every day I've linked the videos for that day. I've made a playlist with just mine in at the moment, but I'm going to share all of theirs into the same playlist. So if you look for the playlist that says 12 days of junk journal gift ideas, they will all be together in the same playlist. So next year, come sort of September or time, and you're thinking about gifts for your friends who are junk journalers, you'll have them all there. And Linda Israel has the one for the past, I think it's 3 years that they've been doing this. I know I've watched them. So you could go to Linda's and you will have all of them for the last 3 years over there too. Thank you so much for being here today. Do subscribe to the lasses who are doing this because they do put a lot of effort into this. You know, doing 12 days on the trot is quite hard work, but it's fun. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And tomorrow, sadly, will be the last one. Bye, and I'll see you tomorrow.